I'd like you to stop what you're doing and notice how you're feeling. If you're feeling a little bit anxious or you're feeling tired, take a minute, just pause, take a breath. Just noticing how one deep breath can change how you feel is the gateway into interrupting the cycle that's keeping your energy from being fully accessible. In my last video, I talked about how you might not feel fully energized. Even though you're doing certain things, you're feeling that your energy isn't back online. And today I want to talk to you about why that happens. So very often we live life and we respond to it the best way that we know how. Our bodies are very intelligent, and what they're trying to do ultimately is protect us. So for that, be grateful. You have a great body. But sometimes this protection mechanism doesn't serve us, not in the way that we would like. So what happens is we have a stressor, we respond to it, but the body gets used to doing that when we don't interrupt the pattern. So what we do by stopping and noticing is realizing what we need and then giving ourselves that. And when we can recognize that we are about to get into a stress mode, then we have the power to do something about it. So when you interrupt the pattern, you create a new pattern because the interruption asks you to do something new. So when you do something new, you're actually rewiring your brain, you're rewiring your nervous system response, and you're actively transforming yourself. You are changing who you are by the choices that you make. Let me illustrate this with an analogy. Imagine that you're going for a walk in the woods, and every day you go to the same place, the same path, and you walk down the same trail. That trail is easy to follow. You know where it is, you know where it leads, and it's probably fairly clear. So it's the easiest path to take. But the problem is that path doesn't take you to where you want to go. Maybe it takes you to a swamp. Maybe it takes you to somewhere that isn't your destination. So even though the path is clear, it's easy, it's not where you want to be. So what we need to do is take a different path. So this brings me back to where we make a different choice. So for example, if you're in a situation and you have a tendency to respond in a certain way, then if you can have enough self-awareness to notice that you're responding before you actually go there in your emotions or in your body sensations, then you have a choice to change how you respond to it, to interrupt that pattern. So that's where you decide to take a path that you haven't taken before. So the first time you do it, it might be a little bit tricky. You might have difficulty finding your way. There might be rocks in the way and branches fallen over and maybe tall grass that you have to navigate through. So this analogy shows us that the first time we take a path, it may not be the simplest way. So we have to use our willpower to choose that path. But every time that we have to respond to a certain stressor, if we're able to remember to take that path, then day by day, that path gets clearer, that path gets easier. And what's wonderful about it is that it takes you to where you want to be, in a place of calm, of control, of happiness, of more energy and more vitality. So this is really the key. And coming back to this idea of the path less traveled, well, the one that you used to take becomes that path, and actually it starts to grow over. It starts to be more and more difficult to navigate. So you literally begin to change who you are, and you become the person that is full of life and able to go out into the world and be the best version of themselves. So with that in mind, I'd like to come back to this idea that we need to honor the paths that we have taken. We need to honor the truth of who we are today, because your body, your mind, your emotions have all worked together in order to bring you to this moment. But if you're watching this video now, then this is a strong indication that it is time for you to make a change. Or maybe you already know. Maybe this is something that is not new to you at all, but you just need a little reminder and a little bit of support. And that's what I'm here for. So in my next video, I will give you some tools, some practices that you can use to help you to walk that new path and to reclaim your energy and your light. So I just want to thank you so much for choosing to be here with me today. And until next time, burn bright and hold on to your magic.